This playthrough is rated T for teen. Greetings and salutation, viewers. Vauldemare back here, and I've chosen another game to play on my weekend free times. This time, it's The Cave by Double Fine Games.
Welcome. Don't let my sultry and mysterious voice startle you. For hundreds, nay thousands, nay tens of thousands of years, people have come to me in search of what they desire most. Few find what they are looking for. Even fewer ever leave. Welcome to The Cave. That's me, The Cave. Yes, I'm a talking cave. Don't laugh. It makes dating hell. Besides, I have a really interesting story to tell you this evening, so pay attention. It's a story of 7 people and a glimpse into a dark place in each of their hearts. But be careful before you judge. There is a dark place in your heart as well. Someday you will find yourself descending my depths in search of what you desire. And you might not like what you find either. But enough about you. This is about them.
Yeah, that guy did a better intro than I did, but it's because he has a sweet, sultry voice, and I have a somewhat deep voice, I guess, but that's all I've got. But yeah, this is The Cave, produced by Double Fine Games, which is Tim Schafer's own indie studio when he makes games for it. This project is another collaboration between Tim Schafer and Ron Gilbert, who had previously worked on, well, the last game I'd played before, Secret of Monkey Island TM. So this is like after all these years, they came back together to do another project together, and then Ron went on to work on other things, and he's got a couple things coming out, and Tim's still working on his stuff. But hey, let's see what happens when the two work together once again as we play another puzzle game, or, you know, point-and-click adventure. Well, I guess I don't know if I call this point-and-click because this is more of an adventure game more than point-and-click, but it's still in the same genre.
The scientist. She is on the cusp of a great discovery for all of humankind, and 100 million lives hang in the balance.
Now, the thing about The Cave is that you have to choose 3 protagonists to play as throughout the cave, each having their own... This is almost reminiscent of Maniac Mansion, where in that game, which is also worked on by Tim Schafer and Ron Gilbert, where you had to choose 3 people to go through the mansion. Actually, I even think the sequel, The Day of the Tentacle, also, of course, you didn't get to choose them in that one. They just threw whoever, and they each had their own abilities, and they went through their own thing trying to solve the initial mystery or adventure or whatever. Same thing in this game, except you can actually, well, actually in all the games you could be in with any combination of characters. Same with this one. You just choose, like, basically which levels you want to go to in the cave, because there's certain levels based off certain characters that you'll interact with. So we have the scientist.
Ah, the time traveler. She is here to right a wrong 1,000,000 years in the making. Fortunately for her, yesterday is a new day.
I guess I should let this guy introduce everyone, since he'll do a better job than I would anyway.
The hillbilly. On this fine night, he searches for his true love, but does desire burn too brightly in his heart? The knight. He is on a quest for a sword of unequaled power and prestige. But will he find it before anyone else gets hurt? Ah, the monk. He seeks his master so he can become the master. It's a journey filled with peace and enlightenment. And murder. I'm sorry. The twins. They just want to go outside and play. What could be more innocent than that? Oh, the adventurer. She is hot on the trail of her lost companions and unequaled ancient treasure. But not necessarily in that order.
Yeah, so basically, and then he doesn't say anything, so you can choose whatever, but, yeah, it really doesn't matter. If you're like a completionist, obviously you want to play the game with all the characters eventually, which you can. also, if you're a trophy hunter or achievement hunter, you also have to do that as well. Otherwise, you kind of almost get the full story when you play as every single protagonist, which means you have to play the game at least 3 times because there's 7 dudes, so you have to play 3 times if you want to get the full story out of everyone. So, it has been a while since I played this game because usually a lot of time when I play these games on my channel, the weekend ones are games I'd like to play again after all these years, or maybe it's been a while and I want to just kind of recollect myself after all this time. So let's go with the not so obvious choices and heroes. Let's go with the knight. And basically you have to choose different characters to go into the cave, so we just choose whoever and then we'll come back later to get 2 more because we can't go on until we actually finish all the... There are some items that both characters will be able to utilize, or all characters will be able to utilize, and then there's some that they won't be able to, or because of certain abilities and things. I have forgotten what each character's unique abilities are. I remember, I think, like, I'm trying to remember what the knight's was. Was it his jumping? I know what the hill. I remember what the hillbillies was. And I think I remember what the twins were. Oh no, the twins. Maybe they were double jumping. But anyway, each character has their own like little thing. So can't go that way. Oh well. But I'm just choosing the knight just because I like knights, really, for the most part. All right. Oh, by the way, you'll have to. It's a kind of adventure platformer game. So if you want to move. Basically, if you want to use items, you press square for the most part. Yeah, you can see how he's like, But anyway, you press on the item, press square, and he'll start dragging it. Obviously, luckily, this game doesn't suffer from it must tell you everything. Although I'll admit there is no obvious book for this to look through. But, you know, intuitiveness, we can eventually figure out what the game wants of us to do. Okay, that's his ability. It's the, I think it's the float? Or something like that? Because when you press triangle, you can utilize one of their abilities, transcendence or whatever. Y is how you drop the item, X is jump, and square is use, obviously. Okay, anyway, let's get up there. We'll have to go back again with the other 2 characters, for example, so... Huh.
You break it, you buy it. Just saying. I don't think that bridge has been safety tested with more than 2 people.
Huh. Can't really do anything about that. Oh well. I guess we're stuck here in the cave forever. Oh. Alright, anyway, let's choose the next companion. So I'm gonna go with the monk in this case. I mean, like I said, it doesn't matter what you play, just his, I think, is telepathy or something like that. But oh yeah, as soon as you, I think you can still change your characters before you break the bridge. As soon as you break the bridge, you have to either play through the rest of the game or restart the game. So I'm just choosing like types of characters I just want to play or I think would be interesting to. Like I said, it doesn't. In the end, it.
Careful. If that bridge breaks, there might be no way back up. And by if, I mean when that bridge breaks. Who am I kidding?
True, George Takai, or at least that sounds like him. Okay, I know the hillbilly's ability. His is be able to breathe basically underwater no matter what. Like, he doesn't need to get for air and stuff like that. I think the time travel either has flight or float. I think that's her ability. I think the scientist can fix things. The adventure, I think, has like a rope, like an Indiana Jones-ish type of thing. I think the twins can double jump, I think is the thing. And I'm going to choose the twins as the... Oh, is theirs like shifting or something like that? Oh, they can... Okay, I think it's like you teleport back or something like that if you... Or is it a doppelganger? Something like that anyway. But I'm just choosing twins because they're creepy looking, so... It'll be interesting to see their stories, so... I think you get their stories from descriptions of the cave, the level, and items in the area. So, like I said, if you're playing this game, you can basically choose whoever you want. All puzzles can be solved by... Ah! We're all gonna die! Ah! Oh. Whew. What happened to the knight? Out. Yep. I guess he does. I guess he does float or something like that. Anyway, and the way we swap between the protagonists is through the directional pad. Huh? Can't go through there. I guess because we're not employees of the cave. So it's huh? Souvenirs of the cave, huh? Oh, we even got a little postcard. Hello, dude.
Oh, I hope you're not here to visit the cave because we're closed.
Why would you close the cave?
A horrific accident has occurred, and there's no way we can open. No way. I shudder to even describe to you what has transpired. For the nightmares will forever haunt your every thought.
Well, if you insist.
When I came in, we had no trinkets to sell in the gift shop.
Oh gods. You're a terrible man. You didn't have gift things?
There is a way I could reopen, allowing you fine adventurers to partake in the unique experience that only the cave has to offer. I just need 3 small trinkets to sell. Just 3. Let me say that number again. 3. Take this giant novelty-sized key. It's cute, isn't it? Open the employee's back entrance. I'm sure you'll find some treasures worthy of the cave's gift shop.
Let's steal from the local flora and fauna to promote the cave tourist attraction, shall we? Let's take the overly giant novelty
Haste
key.
makes waste is a stupid saying. Still, get cracking.
Haste makes waste. Well, I don't know. I think that's still poignant, as they say. If you rush things, sometimes you end up causing more trouble than if you just took your time. All right, let's use this giant novelty key to get inside. All right.
He is a funny little man, isn't he? I should probably fire him. I think he's dipping into the till.
He did seem a little drunk when I talked to him. I think I smelled the bourbon on his breath. And the rest of the people decided to come with us. Hooray! Yeah, they never make note of the fact that, okay, I forgot. Because usually, when it shows like a symbol, the character tells you like what they can do or what their abilities are. So apparently it has something to do with getting past this well. I can use something with the monk, but I don't know. Okay, can't go through there. Like I said, don't worry. Some things you just won't be able to just do. Like you'll have to just bypass certain areas. Oh, I don't have any money apparently. Transcendence my butt. Anyway. Alright, I'll switch to another character. And get that lever, because apparently you need multiple ones to open that door. There we go. Now switch to the knight. Like I said, some puzzles doesn't matter in certain cases who it is. In other cases, obviously, it's different, but I'll throw that away. I think I forgot there's one. I think there's one item that if you carry it throughout the whole cave, you get an achievement for it, but I don't quite remember. Okay, I believe that just leaves the door open, if I remember correctly, so. Anyway, let's, ooh. Let's see where this place takes us. So I need to do something about the bell. I think that's the knight's ability, if I remember correctly. I can't go. Can't do anything with that. Levers and stuff, huh? Ouch!
There's no dying in the cave. At least not this soon. So much left for them to learn.
Okay, now that that's done, let's go get the others. Yeah, you'll have to do this quite a bit. You'll have to switch up the people back and forth to get to the next, or either help solve it or whatever. So, alright, what does this do? Looks like he didn't come over, so...
You know, the truth is, I can't let anyone die in here because of what it would do to my insurance rates.
See what happens when we put that switches the night again. Let me just switch them on and see what happens. Well, there's basically a thing you have to do to get past this part, but we'll continue on and see if we can figure out how to do this. Like I said, it's been a while since I played this game, so I'm not going to be able to solve every little puzzle, like, immediately. So, I will try my best to know the obvious solutions to this puzzle before we even get to that part. Or we can't do anything about that. It's just, you know, rope and whatnot. Oh, right, okay, I know how to do this. Okay. So, since this is a knight's puzzle, let's switch to the knight. Oops. Let's cover that. Oh, I thought,
Like I said, there's no dying in the cave.
Yes, we know that already. Okay, I think there we go. Well, I don't think that's how it's supposed to do it, but
okay, I think they're just dying for fun now.
Yeah, I am. Whoops.
Apparently, I'm the only one down here who doesn't want anyone to die.
Okay, so let's see. Can't get over there. Okay, so we need to. I'm just checking something.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't laughing at them. I just remembered something funny.
Okay, so let me see. Switch to the monk. Whoops. Okay. I could swear I knew the answer to this puzzle. Alright, let's dive again.
I'm not going to say anything more about dying. I think it just encourages them.
Unless I'm missing an item of some sort, but I don't think so. Oops. Alright. There was supposed to be a way to get that guy to basically creep over the canyon so we could get him with the maybe it had something to do with try I swear there was something we were supposed to use on that. Okay, I might have to take a quick break if I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe I need that crowbar again. You can tell I'm a bit rusty on this game if I'm having some trouble with this little bit. That's right, we need the, maybe we need to get the bucket or something like that first. Because we need to get the, basically, I assume we need to get the, there we go. I knew I was not remembering the rules of adventuring. Try everything on everything. See, it just takes a few seconds for me to get my mind out and about, but when we do, oh, then we're good to go. Okay. But I swear some of the abilities, they do have to do with solving the puzzles. I just have to remember, like, what combination or whatever that will work with those puzzles. So. Okay. Wait, what? I forgot what his... I always forget what his ability actually does, you know what I mean? Did we... Oh, there we go. We got something. We got the bucket. Okay. So now... okay. I think I got it. I think, and obviously, depending on certain puzzles may change slightly depending on which protagonist you're playing as first time through, so... Okay, let's use this. And now, haha! Now we don't have a fuse box, so... Which means we have to turn it off temporarily, but that'll get us the fuse at least. Which will allow us to go. Still operate the machines. Come on, hot dog machine. There you go. An overly sized hot dog wiener thing. Gross. Alright, now we need to... we'll have to get that fuse box again, by the way. Sometimes I end up, like, using one character all the time just because it's easier. Or, for me, despite the fact it'd probably be more... okay, we're going to want to use that there. Have someone ready here. We need to have the... I'll have the twins, since I'm having the twins carry the postcard. I think maybe it's the postcard you have to keep throughout the rest of the cave or something like that. I'll try to keep it if I can remember. It's not a big deal. I think the guy at the gift shop mentioned something about that later on. Slight spoilers to what happens at the end of the game, by the way. But that'll be a while till we get there. You'll probably have forgotten it by that point. Alright, I need to go get the fuse. Now that we don't yeah, I'm not I'm gonna in the future try to be a lot more oh, what's the word? More effective with my time, but when you first start out I always tend to forget like what games I'm working on, or what thing I'm trying to do, so or like get the most effective time, so you'll have to forgive me for that. Back in there. Let's go and grab that. Alright, let's hit the bell. And then while the guy's doing that, we got him. Snatch him up in a bear trap, yo. Gotcha. Now, why did this say this was a knight's puzzle, though? That's what I want to know. Because the knight wasn't required for it, yet it says it's a knight's puzzle. There must be something you can... Like I said, I don't remember all the abilities and things, so there's probably something I could have done. Well, anyway, now that we've got him out of the way, let's see where... see if I can find some of those treasures that the guys... Oh, it's a twins puzzle, or a variation of it. Ooh, look at that. Guess only thing we gotta do is drop and fall Yeah! Whee! Oh. Well, that wasn't much of anything. Funny enough, I don't think we're still technically in the cave proper, are we? Ooh, a flame. Can't do anything with that flame? Alright, I can't do anything with that flame. Ooh, dangerous. Okay, I gotta take that box of dynamite, grab a dynamite thing. Because we can't get through this little little rock thing here, so I wonder if we can light this and drop it. Boom. Who said a monk wasn't into violence? Ooh, what's this? A thespian award. Thespian award. Hey, now this is a children's game. We can't be saying stuff like that. All right. Well, that's one of the. Maybe I should have left the postcard back at the beginning. Oh well. Oh, the door control. I think if you're the scientist, you can just use that and keep the door open permanently without having to use like a little puzzle or whatnot. So. Alright, I want to make sure not to drop the... Oh. And I don't know if I can actually do this as the monk. Okay, I can. Anything like that's longer than this wouldn't be done without any other characters other than the hillbilly. So. But, I think we might have to drop the crowbar here pretty soon if we're starting to get the treasures. Yeah, I shouldn't have probably brought the postcard. I could have left it back at the shop because we had to go back there eventually anyway, so. Alright. We have to grab that jewel in there first, so let me go and drop this off for now. Depending on how I'm feeling, I might redo a section off screen just to make sure I get like the postcard back or something like that, just to fix it if I really want to mess with that, but not the biggest problem in the world. Get the jeweled skull. Another treasure for the gift shop. Only the pervasive tourist will want to purchase such a rarity as that until we mass produce it somehow and make it thus clearly not as awesome as it should be. Alright, well that's 2 treasures thus far. Where's the 3rd one? So we'll wait for that to go down. Is that the final? Oh, that's the final treasure. Okay. Let me drop that there. Let me grab that with that. I'm gonna drop the crowbar. Oh, won't let you drop the crowbar here for some reason. Okay then. Fine. We'll leave the postcard. I'll try to, like I said, I might redo an old level just to, or the beginning area again off screen just to get the cursed guitar. I wonder if that's a reference to Brutal Legend. Might be. Brutal Legend is another game that Tim Schafer worked on, which I actually kind of liked. It was an interesting game. It was basically a action hack and slash game based on heavy metal turned RTS halfway through. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty interesting game, but. Oh well, we'll never get a sequel to it, so what can I do about that? Alright, time to go. Here we go. Oh, there you go. We're back here. Alright, time to take everyone back to the entrance. Okay, why is my controller being wonky right now? Okay, there we go. And if we get to certain areas, that if we just go there with one character, everyone else will eventually follow, so. And it seems like it didn't take me long to drop off the postcard. I should have saved it for the very beginning. Oh well. I'm just here to play the main story, not try to get like achievement hunting or anything like that, so. Let's see if all the other characters will follow me here. Oh, here's number 1, dude. Ah, good. Okay, thanks. There you go. Oh no, I have to use on it.
Well,
sorry.
That's 1 trinket. A far cry from 3 trinkets.
Oh, how nice of you to not give in to our reward our efforts.
Ah, trinket numero 2. Maybe I didn't pay attention during math class, but 2 is less than 3.
You know, at least I have been out of this place, Mr. Gift Shop Clerk, unlike what you've been stuck doing.
The third glorious trinket. I have to say, you have surprised me. I figured you'd give up after one.
I thought about it. Oh. Okay, can we just go in now? Dude, we're done.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Thanks. Appreciate your effort. Alright. Now, the cave tour has begun. What does it say? The cave. Limited liability waiver for the cave. By entering the cave, you hereby agree to hold harmless the cave Inc., its parent company, Amalgamated Aluminum Holdings, and all subsidiaries of the cave, whether real or fictitious, and any and all injuries, physical, emotional, or spiritual, during the duration of your visit to the cave, and for a minimum of 1 year and a maximum of 5 years upon exiting the cave. The cave is also not responsible for any damage or loss or theft to or personal items and clothing. You also agree to in full to reimburse the cave for any damages you might or might not have caused during your visit. Enjoy your spelunking. All right, now that we've finally gotten those little treasures there,
well, that was a close one. It does bode well for our intrepid spelunkers that they navigated that maze of intrigue. I have high hopes for this group, much better than the last. I think they may still be down here. I should probably get them out. Nothing scares away the tourist like a rotting corpse.
Or brings them in, depending on your sickos out there. So, anyway, we finally got the 3 treasures. Now it's time to start the cave properly. What untold stories, danger, and madness will we find upon the cave? What character will first interact into their own personal story of either daring do or nefariousness? Find out next time in the next episode of The Cave. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.